Dumelang and welcome back to When Palesa Cooks. To those who are new, welcome to this amazing channel. To those who are returning, thank you so much. Today we are making beef lasagna. So as you can see, I've already started cooking the mince. So right now I'm literally just trying to get it to turn brown. I'm adding the Ina Barman meat spice. I'm adding it from the top of my head because I'm literally not measuring. So I'm so sorry for that, guys. I literally just taste as I go. Now I'm adding some Robertson traditional byeee mix. This spice is amazing. The aroma is even worse. So yeah. So I'm just adding as I go so that we get the mince to look and taste amazing. So the more seasoning you add, the more the mince will be able to taste the way you want it to. I'm also adding some pink salt, which I'm cracking over the mince. And I'm also adding some pepper. So this is black peppercorns. I'm cracking them over the mince as well for that peppery taste. Just making sure that the mince is thoroughly seasoned. I'm adding more spice because I feel like it's not enough. Mince does tend to get a bit fussy. Now I'm adding some onion, which I will saute with the mince. I'm adding some olive oil just to make sure that it doesn't burn. Now I'm just mixing and making sure that the onion is thoroughly distributed, properly distributed, and that it gets cooked properly. Okay, so now I'm just stirring it around, making sure that the onion doesn't burn. And I'm adding some crushed garlic. This is the best. So I don't like chopping garlic, so I will normally just purchase the crushed garlic and just make sure that I always add it to the dishes. But yeah, it elevates the taste so much, guys. So now, as you can imagine, the aroma is even worse than before, far better than before. I'm adding some robot peppers, so some green, red, and yellow bell peppers, just for the color as well, because as much as we need the taste to be amazing, we also want it to look appetizing, right? So I'm adding the peppers and I'm sauteing them with the onion and garlic. And now I'm going to also be adding the mushrooms that I had chopped. So the mushrooms literally just give it that taste as well, you know. So right now I don't want to overcook the mushrooms. I literally need the mushrooms to just get some seasoning from the mince and then saute them a little bit, and then they will finish off cooking once in the oven. So the aim is not to thoroughly cook them, but to rather just give them the flavor that they need. So as you can see, I'm literally just now stirring them in and making sure that they are evenly coated with the mince juices and the spice, and it already looks nice, if I must say so myself. So now we're adding some tomato paste. Adding some tomato paste for the flavor. We want the mince to really taste good. And one way to make a mince taste good is to add all these ingredients so that it elevates it, you know, so that it's not just mince that looks brown and dull. No, we want it to look a little bit put together, and for it to have like an earthly color. So as you can see, I'm mixing the tomato paste in and just making sure that all the mince is thoroughly covered with the tomato paste. I'm adding some chopped tomatoes as well, because I wanted to give the mince that flavor and color. Okay, now we're stirring everything in. So as we do this, I also need to make sure that the tomato starts cooking and that it is thoroughly cooked. We don't want the tomato pieces to be left whole. So we want them to break down and just turn into the sauce that we need. As you can see, the color is already changing. And it's starting to look a little bit more it looks so nice. It looks tasty, it looks rich, and that is what we were aiming for, that rich brown color from the spices, from the tomato paste, this is what we are trying to achieve at this point. Oh, that looks so nice. Don't you think so? Comment down below and let me know if this looks amazing or not. So at this point, you can literally have this mince with your pasta. You can have it with rice. You can have it with, I don't know, anything you want at this point, even with pap. You can have it with that. Okay, so we're done with our mince. Now we are working on the white sauce. Some people refer to it as bechamel sauce. I have a recipe, a video of it. I think I was making spinach. But yeah, so I also explain on there how I make my white sauce. This one almost gave me a hard time, but it's okay. It's all good. So now I'm just melting the margarine. I'm not using butter this time. I'm using Flora margarine, and I'm just making sure that I melt it. I'm adding so much margarine because I need us to have a lot of white sauce because I'm making a big lasagna. So now I'm just turning the stove up because I needed to speed up. Okay, the margarine is melted. So now we're just adding our flour. Again, I'm not measuring, guys. I'm just adding. So we're stirring the flour in. So the consistency needs to be like a doughy consistency in order for you to make sure that your white sauce is good. So we want it to be a doughy consistency. And I'm also allowing it to just cook a bit. Just make sure that you don't make it too doughy because then lumps are gonna form, which I think I did here because I had a few lumps in my white sauce. It gave me a bit of a challenge, but yeah, the taste is what matters at this point. Even I do have blunders now and again. So yeah, excuse me for that. Okay, so as you can see, we already have those small lumps that don't want to dissolve or they don't want to get mixed into the milk. So that's why I was saying just make sure that you don't make it too doughy to a point where you experience such. So then you gradually add your milk. You don't add it all at once because we need the white sauce to obviously be thick, but at the same time we need it to gradually thicken, Now I'm adding some cheese for a cheesy flavor. I am going to add cheese at the top, but I'm just making sure that within the lasagna as well that we have that cheesy taste. So now I'm just stirring it in and making sure. I think my heat was too high here. This is why it was bubbling up so much. So keep your heat at a medium consistency. So if you're using an electric stove, I would put it at 3. And then gas, just put it in the middle. Just put it in the middle. Don't give yourself issues. So as you can see, it is thick. But I think it's too thick. I'll probably add more milk at a later stage. So now I'm adding pepper. there is no white sauce that I make without pepper. Pepper just elevates the taste. Shoots it from 0 to 100. Trust me. So yeah, I'm adding some black pepper. I'm adding some pink salt. Salt is obviously for the seasoning. We need the white sauce to have a good taste, We stir that in and just make sure that everything is mixed all together. It looks good. It really looks good. It's nice and thick. So now let's just see. The stove is too high, guys. Okay, adding more milk because it's too thick. Stir it in. So that is the trick to making successful white sauce. Just make sure that you add the milk gradually. Don't add it all at once in the beginning. Don't do that because you need to know when your white sauce is ready, like the consistency for it. So if your white sauce is too runny, you're going to mess it up because you're basically going to have to add flour after that. And that's a disaster already. So let's avoid that by all means and add the milk gradually from the beginning. So now that all the components are ready, we're now going to start layering the lasagna. So as you can see, I did mention that my white sauce was a bit lumpy, but it's okay. It's okay. So now we're layering the white sauce at the bottom of the oven dish. I don't pre-boil my lasagna sheets. I don't do it. My lasagna still comes out the way it should. I just don't do that. I feel like I don't have the time for that, and I don't like it. I've never done it before, and I don't think I ever will. So now I'm just making sure that the oven dish is properly coated at the bottom so that I can place the lasagna sheets. So the moisture from the mince and the white sauce softens the lasagna sheets. So that's why I don't see a need to cook them prior. And it comes out exactly the way I need it to come out. That is why I don't bother with cooking it before. So we're layering, as you can see. And then those small parts are usually what annoy me because now you need to break it and build on the side. It annoys me. But anyway, we need to get it done so that we can eat. Time is running out. We need to enjoy this dish as soon as possible. Okay, so now that I'm almost done breaking the pieces, now we are adding the mince, which looks amazing, by the way. So we're just layering the mince on top of the lasagna sheet, and we're just making sure that it's properly coated on top of the lasagna sheets because we want everyone's piece to have sufficient mince, if I put it that way. We need it to all look and taste the same. So I'm just spreading it out, as you can see. Spreading it out so that everyone's piece has enough mince on it. And then that is what you do. So you layer according to what I'm doing right now. So if you're not sure about the layering as well, you can look at the lasagna box and then refer to it. It will also tell you how to layer it. Now I'm just layering the white sauce on top of the mince, putting enough so that I can spread it out. And at this point, you can eat it like this. I'm joking, the lasagna sheets are still a bit tough, but it looks nice. It looks amazing. So yeah, this is not an Italian-based lasagna, by the way. This is a South African-based one. So I learned how to make lasagna from my aunt. my mom's older sister. She liked making lasagna for us, so I took it from her. I was like, okay, this is how you make it. Okay. And then I started making it myself, and my parents enjoyed it. My family enjoyed it. So yeah, now I'm the lasagna queen at home. And yeah. Okay. So as you can see, I've spread out the white sauce properly. I'm just making sure that it's evenly covered. And that is that. So the layers will also depend on how much mince you have, how much white sauce you have. I think I used over a kg of mince, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, it really depends how much mince you have, and that will determine how many layers of mince you actually put on. So as you can see, we've already put on the white sauce. I've put on the plates again. I've basically repeated the process that we did from the beginning. I'm just adding on some mince. And as you can see, we're also nearing the top of the oven dish. So you just need to make sure that you have enough mince to at least have 2 layers. And it also depends on the size of your oven dish as well. So this was a fairly big oven dish because I was making enough for 5 people. We normally have some, and then we normally have some lasagna left over for the next day. So that's how big this oven dish is. Not everyone, so everyone eats and they get full, and then we still have a piece for the following day. So yeah, that's basically how I measure it out. So if you have a little bit of mince and you're serving just for one person, I would advise to use a smaller oven dish and rather put that in the oven, unlike making a big one, and then you can't even eat all of it, you know. So we're layering once again, but then this is now the last layer at the top. Some people put lasagna plates on top and then they put cheese. I prefer not to do that. So we at this point we only have 2 layers of lasagna cheese, and I'm fine with that. So now we're going to just fixing the corner there, and then we're gonna layer this with some cheese, and then we'll pop it into the oven and it will cook. Obviously the mince is already cooked. The mushrooms still need to get done a little bit because they were partially cooked, and then the aim is also to soften the lasagna plates. So as you can see, I'm adding some cheese. So this was Gouda cheese, and then I mixed it with some mozzarella cheese. That's why you see those white bits there. That's mozzarella cheese. So I normally put on a lot of cheese because we want it to be cheesy at the end of the day. Remember, we also have some cheese in the white sauce. So yeah, we like it cheesy. Now we're about to pop it in the oven, and voila! This looks so nice. It looks burnt, but it's not. This is just the browning of the cheese. Ooh, guys, this was amazing. As you can see, it's still sizzling. So I normally let it rest for a few minutes before we start cutting into it. So here I've let it rest, and I'm now cutting into this amazing lasagna. So I've been making lasagna for years, and I've been contemplating on whether to put it in my YouTube channel or not. But I was like, you know what? Let me just do that. Let me share my recipe. Because some people often ask on my WhatsApp when they see my statuses about how to make this and so forth. So the same way you'd make the beef lasagna, you'd make the chicken lasagna, which my family also enjoys. So they'll normally ask me to make the chicken one more than the beef one. Literally use the same methods. Obviously, with the chicken, you're using chicken breasts, so you don't cook it as long as you'd cook the beef one. Just to make sure that the chicken bits don't get too dry. You know, you want it to still be juicy and not chewy. So I'm cutting into the lasagna right now as I'm about to serve it to the fam. And guys, they devoured it. Okay, egg lifter. Some people will refer to it as a spatula. Okay, remember that this is a messy, it's not going to come out like cake or pudding. It has sauce in it, so it's going to be a little bit... Look at that. Look at that. I'm just giving you a second to just admire that creation. Oh my goodness. That looks so good. I'm salivating. I am salivating because what is this? This looks so nice. Oh my gosh. So yeah, guys, this is me eating it. I had to give you a piece. I had to give you like a mouthful so that you also enjoy it with me. But this was amazing, and I would like you to try it, and then maybe comment in the comment section and just let me know how it tasted. And then yeah, please also remember to like, subscribe, and share this video so that our channel can grow, so that I'm motivated to post more content and give you more quality videos. But guys, this was amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time. I know it was a long one, but it was worth it. Till next time, bye.